What's up, everybody? So in this video, we're going to talk about Steph Curry's warm-up routine that has gone viral plenty of times. Everyone's seen it. But the cool thing about it is that there are a lot of parts to it that you don't even realize. And I think a lot of people don't even realize why he's doing it, including myself. So I'm going to make a couple guesses at why he's doing it, but then also explain the benefits of these things in the context of science and how it works so well for him. Because clearly, he's doing something right. He's one of the most skilled players of all time, so we can learn from his habits and what he does. Now, remember that this is a pregame workout. This isn't an off-season workout or something where he's actually trying to improve. That's the main goal. But I do think, and you'll see this, that it's not only a way for him to build confidence before game, but also sneak in a little bit of improvement during the season. Let's break it down under the microscope. So the first big thing to dive into is variability. Variability is literally just switching something up about each rep. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, and Steph does this a ton. You will rarely see him shooting the same shot twice in a row. So even on these left-hand floaters, for example, he's switching up the moves into it, switching up whether it's off 1 or 2 feet, the pickup style, etc. On these high arc shots, this is just an easy way of incorporating variability, switching up that shot a little bit. He could be shooting from the same spot, but each shot is going to be different. Could be off the dribble, could be catch and shoot. Something is different about it. Could be switching up the range where he's moving back all the way to half court and then back in like we've all seen. Science has proven over and over again that we learn skills better when there's variability. So rather than shooting the same shot over and over again, which would almost be like solving that same math problem over and over again for studying for a test, it gets easy. We're giving us a new problem to solve every time. Because of that, we learn a skill better. So this is an easy way for Steph to continue learning, continue sharpening his shooting skills, even while he's in season. Next is going to be freestyling. So you'll notice that Steph just freestyles a lot. He definitely has structure within that pregame warm-up, kind of goes to the same spots each time, does that same routine. But within that structure, he shoots a ton of different shots. Just like we talked about with variability, he's mixing it up each time. But you can kind of tell that he's just freestyling and letting his creative juices flow. Different moves into it, trying to get super creative with those moves, with those shots. And this is good for a couple reasons. Number one, it's just an easy way to incorporate that variability. Number two, it gets his creativity going before the game. If he's doing a super rigid training plan where he has to do the same behind the back and do this move and then do these 3 shots in a row, I don't think that fits Steph Curry's style of game, or really anyone's for that matter. Basketball is a very creative game, free-flowing game, and I love incorporating freestyles in pretty much anything. Next, you don't see this one much, but he actually has defense in some of his pregame workout. Now, of course, it's lighter defense, non-risky, but this forces him to go at a little bit of a higher speed, to give a little bit more intent. It's defense. You want to score on it. It's not going against air. It's also incorporating some perception into it, so he's starting to make these reads before a game. And I think this is a problem with a lot of players getting into the game. They literally have not made a read that day. Their decision-making skills are not warmed up, even though that shooting may be. So they get in the game and they have to get adjusted to that. Steph is already incorporating this early. And then lastly, these skills become a little bit more real. So all these shots that are a little bit lower intensity, now he's starting to work these up to how he'll do it in a game, which is with defense. Next is his demeanor. A lot of players come into pregame warm-ups. They're super tense. They're super locked in. And this could be good for some players, trust me. But for a player like Steph, where again, it's very free-flowing, it just looks like he's having fun. He's just out there hanging out, shooting the ball, messing around a little bit. And this could even be before the final. And what I think this does is makes him super resistant to pressure. He understands that it's still a game. He's still having fun with it. He's not tense. And this definitely transfers over to how he plays. Also notice that he makes mistakes and he challenges himself. He misses shots. If you watch these full workouts, he's definitely challenging himself to shoot tougher shots. He even starts with lefty floaters. So that shows you priority-wise where he's at. Because although this is a pregame warm-up for confidence, he knows that in season, he's still got to fit in some challenge and time to improve. So be willing to make mistakes, even before a game. Now, also remember, this is a pregame workout. So although he's clearly trying to get better, he's also just trying to get a feel for it and build that confidence. And he does a good job of balancing this. So he's going at a lower speed, not fatiguing himself too much, doing some easier ball handling drills just to get a feel. Shooting more mid-range too. Mid-range shots take less energy. They have a better chance of going in. So even though he barely shoots mid-range shots relative to threes and layups, I would believe that he's incorporating these for that reason. So the tough thing is finding that balance in a pregame workout where you're still challenging yourself, but you're also building that confidence. I think Steph has clearly done that, and that's one reason why he plays so well, but also continues to improve every single year. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to follow me on Instagram at @ByAnyMeansBasketball for a lot more. Steph's training is super unorthodox in a lot of ways, and this is something that I also like to promote on my channel, on my Instagram, but also in our virtual academy programs. And I'll put the link for that in the description.
I'm gonna keep it real, I use DoorDash way too much to save time, which is why we've now partnered with DoorDash to make sure that you get on the wave as well. For a limited time, our viewers can get 50% off up to a $20 value, and $0 delivery fees when you download the DoorDash app and enter code ByAnyMeans. Don't forget, that's code ByAnyMeans for 50% off up to a $20 value and $0 delivery fees with DoorDash. That's 50% off up to a $20 value and $0 delivery fees when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code ByAnyMeans. Subject to change, terms apply.